ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. எல்லோருக்கும் வணக்கம். நம்ம எல்லோரும் ஸ்ரத்தா பக்தி சமர்ப்பண பாவத்தோடு ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணி மெதுவாக குண்டலினி உயர்த்தி வந்தன் போட்டுக்கொள்வோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியோட திரு கமல பாதத்தை பார்ப்போம். வலது கை ஹிருதயத்தில் வைப்போம். குழந்தை நிலையில் மிகவும் அன்போடு ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியை நம்முடைய ஹிருதயத்தில் அழைப்போம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தயவு செய்து எங்களுடைய ஹிருதயத்துக்குள் வாருங்கள் தாயே. தங்களுடைய அன்பும் கருணையால் எங்களுடைய ஹிருதயத்தை தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள். ஹிருதய நிவாசினி சாட்சி ஸ்வரூபினியாக எங்களுடைய ஹிருதய கமலத்தில் அமருங்கள். தாங்கள் இஷ்டப்படி இன்றைய தியானத்தை நடத்தி தாருங்கள் தாயே. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, இன்றைய தியானத்தில் எங்களுக்குள் உள்ள எல்லா விதமான அறியாமையை முழுமையாக நீக்கிவிடுங்கள். தூய ஞானத்தோடு நிரப்பிவிடுங்கள். அந்த தூய ஞானம் எங்களுக்கு ஆத்மானுபவத்தை அனுபவிக்க அருள் புரியுங்கள் தாயே. மெதுவாக நம்முடைய வலது கை மடிக்கி கொண்டு வருவோம். கவனம் இரண்டு உள்ளங்கையும் சகசிராரம். இந்த பிரார்த்தனைக்கு பிறகு நம்மளுக்குள் மாற்றத்தை கவனிப்போம். அன்னையோட இணைப்பை கிடைச்சிருக்கான்னு கவனிப்போம். சைத்தன்யத்தை உணருமான்னு கவனிப்போம். கவனம் சகசிராரத்தில் வைத்து 3 மகாமந்திரத்தை கூறுவோம். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। गणेश मंत्रम। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। மெதுவாக இரண்டு உள்ளங்கையும் பூமி தாய் மீது வைப்போம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, ஸ்ரீ ஆதி பூமி மாதா, தயவு செய்து எங்களுடைய ஸ்தூல சரீரமும் சூக்ஷ்ம சரீரத்தை பாதிக்கிற எல்லா விதமான தோஷங்களும் பாதாக்களையும் எதிர்மறைகளையும் தாங்களுக்குள் இழுத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். ஸ்ரீ ஆதி பூமி மாதா, தயவு செய்து தங்களுடைய அன்பும் கருணையால் எங்களை தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள். நாங்கள் தெரிந்தோ தெரியாமலோ செய்த தவறுகளை மன்னித்து அருளுங்கள். தங்களுடைய பொறுமையும் சகிப்புத்தன்மையும் எங்களுக்கு தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. श्री आदि भूमि माता साक्षात। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री आदि भूमि माता साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। இடாநாடியை தூய்மைப்படுத்துவோம். இடது கை மடி மீது. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, ஸ்ரீ இடாநாடி சுவாமினி, ஸ்ரீ சுத்த இச்சா சக்தி சுவாமினி, நாங்கள் எங்களுடைய எல்லா விதமான விருப்பங்களையும் தாங்களுடைய திருக்கமல பாதத்தில் சமர்ப்பிக்கிறோம். எங்களுடைய விருப்பங்களை தூய்மைப்படுத்தி தாருங்கள் தாயே. எங்களுடைய எல்லா விருப்பங்களையும் தெய்வீக விருப்பமாக ஆக்கிவிடுங்கள். அதற்கு தடையாக இருக்கிற எல்லா விஷயங்களையும் பூமி மார்க்கமாக நீக்கிவிடுங்கள் தாயே. श्री शुद्ध इच्छा शक्ति स्वामिनी साक्षात। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री शुद्ध इच्छा शक्ति स्वामिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। கவனம் இரண்டு உள்ளங்கையும் சகஸ்ராரத்தில் வைத்து தூய்மை அடைய காத்திருப்போம். பிங்களா நாடியை தூய்மைப்படுத்துவோம். வலது கை மடி மீது, இடது கை ஆகாயத்தை நோக்கி வைத்து கவனம் பிங்களா நாடி. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தாங்களே சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ பிங்களா நாடி சுவாமினி, ஸ்ரீ சுத்த காரிய சக்தி சுவாமினி. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, எங்களுக்கு தூய காரிய சக்தியை தந்தருளுங்கள். சஹஜ காரிய சக்தியை தந்தருளுங்கள். எங்களுக்குள் உள்ள கர்த்தா பாவத்தை முழுமையாக நீக்கிவிடுங்கள் தாயே. ஏனெனில் நாங்கள் ஏதும் செய்வதில்லை, தாங்கள் தான் எல்லாவற்றையும் செய்கிறீர்கள், அனுபவிக்கிறீர்கள். கர்த்தா பாவத்தை, அகம் பாவத்தை முழுமையாக நீக்கிவிடுங்கள். தூய காரிய சக்தியை நேர்மையும் கம்பீரத்தோடு நிரப்பிவிடுங்கள். கர்த்தா பாவம் இல்லாமல் நேர்மையோடு செய்யும் ஒவ்வொரு செயல்கள் எங்களை ஆனந்தத்தோடு நிரப்ப அருள் புரியுங்கள் தாயே. श्री शुद्ध कार्य शक्ति स्वामिनी साक्षात। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री शुद्ध कार्य शक्ति स्वामिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। மெதுவாக இடது கை மடிக்கி கொண்டு வருவோம். இரண்டு உள்ளங்கைகளும் மடி மீது ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியை நோக்கி வைத்து கவனம் நம்முடைய நடு நாடி. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. ஸ்ரீ சுஷும்னா நாடி சுவாமினி. ஸ்ரீ சுத்த ஞான சக்தி சுவாமினி. தயவு செய்து எங்களுக்கு தூய தெய்வீக ஞானத்தை தந்தருளுங்கள். ஆத்மா அனுபவத்தை பெற தூய ஞானத்தை தந்தருளுங்கள். நுண்ணதிர்கள் பாஷையை எங்களுக்கு உணர்த்துங்கள், புரிய வைங்கள் தாயே. தாங்களுடைய இணைந்து ஆனந்தத்தை அனுபவிக்க எங்களுக்குள் பூர்ண அமைதியை தந்தருளுங்கள். இந்த முழுமையான அமைதி எங்களுக்கு ஆத்ம ஞானத்தை உணர அருள் புரியுங்கள் தாயே. தாங்களுடைய கருணையும் அன்பால் தான் இது சாத்தியமாகும். கருணாமயி, காருண்ய ரூபிணி, தயவு செய்து எங்களுக்கு தூய ஆத்ம ஞானத்தை தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. தாங்களுடைய அன்பு சக்தியோட பாஷையை எங்களுக்கு உணர்த்துங்கள், புரிய வைங்கள். அதற்கு தகுதியை தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. நாங்கள் முழுமையாக தாங்களிடம் சமர்ப்பிக்கிறோம். சரணாகதியை ஏற்றுக்கொள்ளுங்கள். தெய்வீக இணைப்போட ஞானத்தை தந்தருளுங்கள். ஸ்ரீ சுத்த ஞான சக்தி சுவாமினி சாட்சாத். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री शुद्ध ज्ञान शक्ति स्वामिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. மெதுவாக நம்முடைய கவனம் நம்முடைய முதல் சக்கரம் மூலாதார சக்கரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வந்தோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. ஸ்ரீ மூலாதார சக்கர சுவாமினி. ஸ்ரீ கணேஷா. தயவு செய்து எங்களுக்குள் ஸ்ரீ கணேச தத்துவத்தை நிலைநிறுத்துங்கள். ஸ்ரீ கணேஷாவோட முழு சமர்ப்பணமும் கீழ்ப்படிதல் குணத்தை எங்களுக்கு தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. மெதுவாக நம்முடைய கவனம் சுவாதிஷ்டான சக்கரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, தாங்களே சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ நிர்மல வித்யா நிர்மல சித்தா ஸ்ரீ பிரம்மதேவ சரஸ்வதி. தயவு செய்து எங்களுடைய ஆத்ம விழிப்புணர்வு நிலையை திருடப்படுத்தி எங்களுக்கு தூய தெய்வீக ஞானத்தை தந்தருளுங்கள். நிர்மல் வித்யாவை தந்தருளுங்கள். கேள்வி ஞானம் புத்தக ஞானம் இல்லாமல் ஆத்ம விழிப்புணர்வால் பெற்ற உள்ளார்ந்த வர தூய தெய்வீக ஞானத்தை தந்தருளுங்கள். அதற்கு எங்களுடைய கவனத்தை தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள் தாயே. எங்களுடைய கவனம் எப்பொழுதும் தங்களுடைய திருக்கமல பாதத்தில் நிலையாக இருக்கிற அருள் புரியுங்கள். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, ஸ்ரீ பிரம்மதேவ சரஸ்வதியோட தூய படைப்பாற்றல் சக்தி, கலை ஞானம், மேதா சக்தியை தந்தருளுங்கள். எங்களுடைய தியான நிலையை திருடப்படுத்த மேம்படுத்த பிரம்மதேவ சக்தியோட சக்தியால் அருள் புரியுங்கள் தாயே. श्री ब्रह्मदेव सरस्वती साक्षात्। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री ब्रह्मदेव सरस्वती साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। நம்மளுடைய வலது கை நடு சுவாதிஷ்டான சக்கரத்தில் வைத்து கணேச சதுர்த்தியை கூறுவோம். ஓம் நமஸ்தே கணபதயே त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं धर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हरितासि त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यं हृदं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि अवत्वं मामवक्तारम् अवशोतारम् अवदातारम् अवधातारम् अवानुचानमवशिष्यम् अवपश्चातात अवपुरस्तात् अव उत्तरातात अवदक्षिणातात अवचोद्ध्वातात अवाधरातात सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मयः त्वम् आनन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममयः त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वत्तः सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमेष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो निलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वां योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मास्त्वं विष्णुस्त्वं रुद्रस्त्वम् इन्द्रस्त्वम् अग्निस्त्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वम् ब्रह्मभूर्भुवस्वरों गणादीं पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादीं तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वार परतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण रुद्धम् एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपं गकार पूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वार शान्त्यरूपम् बिन्दुरुत्तररूपं नादसन्धानं संहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेशविद्या गणकऋषिः निःसृत गायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ॐ गं गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमं कुशधारिणं रदं च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणमच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च सृष्टयाद्धौ प्रकृते पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः नमो रात्रपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते अस्तु लम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः மெதுவாக வலது கை மடக்கி கொண்டு வருவோம் மெதுவாக சுஷும்னா வழியாக நம்மளுடைய கவனம் ஒவ்வொரு சக்கரங்களையும் கடந்து சஹஸ்ராரத்துக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. தாங்களே சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ சஹஸ்ரார சுவாமினி, ஆதிசக்தி, பரபிரம்ம ஸ்வரூபிணி, வேத விலாசினி, सर्वज्ञान प्रदायिनी, शुद्ध चित शक्ति प्रदायिनी, श्री माता जी. हम सवाइनी, आनंददायिनी, जगत जननी, सकल सौभाग्य प्रदायिनी, சர்வாலங்காரத்தோடு எங்களுடைய சஹஸ்ராரத்துக்குள் வாருங்கள், சஹஸ்ர கமலத்தில் அமருங்கள். தங்களுடைய அன்பு சக்தி, தெய்வீக நுண்ணர்களை எங்களை உணர செய்யுங்கள் தாயே. சிந்தனையற்ற நிலைக்கு கொண்டு செல்லுங்கள், அமைதியும் ஆனந்தமும் தந்தருளுங்கள். முழு கவனம் சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் வைத்து 2 நிமிடம் தியானத்தில் இருப்போம். ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. கண்களை திறந்து ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியோட சொற்பொழிவை கேட்டு உள்வாங்கிப்போம்.
Really developed in Sahajya. But if that is not so, then you will never enjoy the progress Sahajya is making. I've seen people, one person can give realization to 1,000. While this one person who has been in Sahajya, say about 20 years, has not given realization to even one person. So we have two extremes, two extremes, from one to another. Now some people believe that they are very old Sahajya. This is another mistake we commit. They believe we are the senior. There's nothing like seniority, juniority in Sahajya. I find sometimes very new people are such great Sahajyas. Very new. They just go down absolutely into the essence of themselves and of Sahajya. Maybe their previous lives must have been so great, possibly, or maybe this life they have achieved something great, maybe from the parents or from somebody. But some of them are really very, very deep. One of the things I've seen mostly in Sahaj Yoga, that they are more concerned about themselves. about their families, about their children, at the most. But look at me, I never bother about my health. Anybody asks me, how are you? I said, I'm first class. I never bother about myself for anything, for my comfort or for anything, food, anything. I have no sense at all to divert my attention inward. But if somebody else, say, is in trouble or has something, I just feel I must help that person. I must do something about it. I'm very concerned. Sometimes also my family people said that even if you have 1,000 concerns that you have for others, you'll be better off. But that's why nothing can harm me. Because I'm always worried about your progress, about your problems, about your quarrels and fights and this and that. It's such a tremendous concern it is. Such a full-throated, you can say. Absolutely all my attention just goes focused on these problems. As soon as I see a person, I know what's the problem the person has. Why is he not progressing? What is the problem he has with others? Everything I know in no time. But even if I know, I need not bother. But I really get very much bothered about them. As if they are, as it is, part and parcel of my body. But the amount I worry about them sometimes is. People have always remarked that, Mother, you need not worry so much about them. Why are you worried? Let them go to hell, let them. If you have once called me Mother, then I really forgive. I've forgiven all the people who have troubled me and have insulted me and given trouble in Sahaj. I've forgiven all of them. I have no time to worry about not forgiving. I should be an example for you. For you to understand that the more attention we pay to others, not finding their faults or criticizing them, but doing things for others. Small, nice things if you start doing for others. Immediately you'll be surprised, your attention will sharpen. It will have a very great effect. Sahaj Yoga will spread through you. And you yourself will be a very different person. You won't criticize other Sahaj Yogis, you won't criticize this, that. I mean, fundamental things, if there's something wrong, you have to tell me. That's different. But that seldom people tell me. So first we must extend our attention outside, towards others, not towards ourselves. Then the same about our children, our house, our this, that. Just extend your attention outside. Now see, I'm a housewife. The last 24 years I have been traveling. In a way, you can say I am neglecting my family. But if you ask my family people, they'll say, today they telephoned to me to thank me that I have completely built up this family. I don't know when did I give time to them, but they feel that way very much. And everybody thanked me. Every one of them said, this family has been built up only by you. Without you, nothing could have been possible. Because of my attention outside. It's so easy to work out anything that is needed to be done. Whatever needed to be done is done. I'll give an example. You may call it a miracle. My grandson wanted to go to a university, good university in America. But they said you have to appear for SAT. And after that only we'll admit, and he would lose 1 year for that. I didn't want him to go to America before doing SAT, because I thought that, see, for 6-7 days he goes there, he won't be able to do much. And we left it at that. All right, he was preparing for Sar. I told one Sahajogi there, Paul, that you see if you can help us. But nobody would talk to him in the university when he went there. They wouldn't even say if they have received the form of my son-in-law, my grandson. The other day they rang up to say that he's got admission already. How? God knows. The information has come that he's got admission. Nobody in America can be admitted without SAT examination. Without any condition he got admission. And they told me, I said, maybe Paul must have done something. So I telephoned to Paul. He said, Mother, I did not go to that university. I didn't ask anybody. They wouldn't talk to me. They said, you better not ring, yes, get lost. And somehow, they don't know how they admitted him. And he was the last minute person who sent the form to this. But one thing had happened, he told me that if I don't get admission in a good university, I will not go to America. It's too much waste of money. A very wise boy. I said, all right. That's the only time I gave bandhan. And see now, he's got his admission. His elder sister also got admission in John Hopkins Institute without any condition. So when she went there, she found the atmosphere was no good for her. She ran away. But on the whole, that unconditional, they are saying, Gregor told me, Mother, it's not possible. How can she get it? I said, there's a letter. Without putting any pressure, without doing anything, it happens. It's a miracle. I must say it's a miracle. But something works, and that is this all-pervading power. With one idea, if you go about it, will not help you. If you want, so many said, Mother, we wanted to this house, we couldn't get it. Because you had only one idea, to get the house. But if you had the whole idea that if we get the house, then we do these things, then we can work it out better, this, that, then you get it. So you should project yourself towards other things which are more important than yourself. Then suddenly you will start growing. It's like some trees grow higher, some do not. Why? Because they aspire the sun's light and they want to be more nearer to sun. But that's not possible. You cannot be nearer the sun by just growing few feet. But they aspire. So they are taller than others. In the same group you'll find some trees grow taller, some don't. So one aspect is that you have to meditate, no doubt. Keep it on the ground. Keep it on the ground. Poor thing is holding for such a long. So, one thing is to develop quality, you have to meditate, that I said. But you must know what is your problem. You are right-sided or left-sided. It's very important to know whether you are right-sided or left-sided. Now some people have problems which are left-sided. All right, they start doing water treatment. There was Dr. in Delhi, Dr. Nigam, you must be knowing him. I had cured his paralysis. I was surprised that his left hand was still not working out proper. So I asked him, what sort of meditation you do? He said, with the light and with the water. I said, what? You're doing both? Yes. I said, what's wrong with you is right side, left side. So you should just do candle treatment, just drop it. I said it to him. Just when I said it to him, his hand started opening out. I said it only. It becomes like a mantra, I think. Started opening, he's opened his hand. So about treatment also you must understand what treatment you must take. Now some people are left-sided, they should take left side treatment only. There should be no confusion. So I said, who told you this? He said, everybody said the same thing. I said, what did they say? That you can take this one. In Sahaj Yoga there are certain rules and regulations of the divine. So now if you are suffering from the left, you just take treatment for left. No water treatment at all. Now you are suffering from the right, then you don't take a candle treatment at all. At all. These are two sides which are to be corrected. Then you are in the center. When you feel you are in center, you can use both the things. But that is normally very few, I've seen. Normally you find very few people who have this central point. If they have, they should do this treatment. But there is no need to do treatment once you are in the center. But you have to meditate. So you can sit before the photograph. But to take out all your conditionings and things, or maybe the day's problem, you can sit before the photograph with a candle as well as water. But the ones who are not, should not. And one should not feel also bad if the leaders tell them you are left-sided or right-sided. The problem is that in Sahaj Yoga, there are leaders. It's a myth. It's a myth. It's not something so seriously to be taken. But these leaders are there because I cannot communicate with all of you. So they are there. When it came to talk about the leaders, nobody told me anything. Very surprising. Never they told me the leaders are doing like this. I had to discover it every time I came here. You should have written to me earlier that our leader is like this or it's happening here. There's no harm in writing that. But they did not. None of them. Till I came here, I discovered the kind of people they were. Actually, that is, I discovered them only in Europe. I did not know that they were doing all these things. Then they were developing also some funds and raising some sort of money. Nobody told me. Even when they came to India, they collected money. But nobody told me that they were collecting money for this or that. I mean, at least you should have told me. Somebody should have told me. That's how they became sort of absolutely fascists. They thought we are the lords, we can do whatever we like. But for other nonsensical thing, they'll write such letters, but never about something which is very, very good, essential, and needed. And anybody who writes like that, I am very much thankful to that person. Not just to criticize, but to give exact trouble or exact problem that is facing. I'll be very happy if you people write to me truthfully, not what is troubling you, but what is troubling everyone. So I can solve the problem much better, isn't it? Everyone. So I can solve the problem much better, isn't it? Now the another thing we had to tell about that what should be the relationships of husband and wife. I've already had many occasions to talk to them. Now you are married by me. It was not such an arranged marriage. You were given time to find out till the end. And even if you did not like the person, you could have told me and you would have finished the marriage. But even when it is registered, you stayed with the lady for so many years, are with the man for so many years. You have had children, and after that, suddenly you come up that mother, we cannot go. But this is going too far with yourself and with the whole society of such. If you don't like somebody, if there's a problem, you should find out in the beginning. I'll be the last person to force you to marry anyone. Even if you are married, and just after, say, 3-4 months, you let me know, the marriage can be broken. And I have told Yogi now not to register them for about 3 months and see for yourself. Now you must understand that marriage is not an institution well practiced in the West. Till they are married, they are happy. As soon as they are married, something goes wrong in their heads. Maybe the reason is there's a legal bondage in the marriage. If you are married to somebody, you see your money will be shared or anything, that kind of a fear is there. For the same reason, I have asked so many times that you don't get married to somebody till you are normal. But many people who are sick, have diseases, have problems, or some sort of funny ideas, just they marry, as the Americans say, for the heck of it. And then it's such a troublesome thing for me. Firstly, I get concerned. Secondly, it's a very bad example for other Sahajogis and brings a bad name for all of us. It's not difficult to enjoy your marriage because mostly we really examine and find out properly what's matter with what and who is capable of carrying on with whom. We try, but there are sometimes 400, 500 applications of various types. Sometimes we do miss certain points. But you people can understand that sometimes. And you should try to help me by understanding that what is it after all? What is so important? There was a Sahajogi, very good Sahajogi from England. He had a wife who was really beautiful wife, very well educated, this, that, very smart. He came to me, he said, Mother, I want absolutely to divorce this woman. I said, why? She's so good looking. No, I don't want. I want to divorce. He was after me. Then I talked to her, she said, I also want to divorce. All right, divorce. Divorce is allowed in Sahajoga. So they divorced each other. Then we were showing him different photographs and things that now tell me which one would you like to marry. So chose a girl who is not well educated, who is not by any means good looking. She's very dark with very thick lips and all that. I love her very much. I like her very much. She's a very lovable person, extremely sweet. So he chose her. I was surprised. I said, what? Yes, Mother. See her vibrations. Still I said, you see her first. So when we went to Ganpati Pule, yes, he said, this is the one I want to marry. I was surprised. You see, with all that, how could he say that I want to marry this girl? I said, be sure. Yes, I'm very sure I want to marry. What he told me, that she's tranquility personified. I feel so tranquil. She is full of vibrations, like bag of vibrations. I know that. I didn't know how this fellow has felt it. He's just fallen in love with her, I tell him. And he says she's the most beautiful person I've met. He doesn't see anything else that is outside. Later on, my own sister said, what have you done? What a match. So I looked at that girl, and then I started seeing these points, that she's not good looking, she's not this. But what he said, she's tranquility. She's just tranquil. He went to her village all the way, and he met all his family, and everybody was surprised, such a handsome looking Englishman of all the things. And he said, Mother, she has neutralized all my nonsensical points. She's so beautiful, and he's really in love with her. So that is a sign of a very deep Sahajya, that they don't go after superficial things. She cooks South Indian food, he loves it. Whatever she does, he loves. He cares for her very much. And she is neither left-sided nor right-sided, she is in the center. So both of them match each other because spiritually they are on the same level. Very deep. And that is what we have to be. If we are not spiritually matched, then the problem comes in. We have to have proper matching of vibrations. Of course, we see to it when we marry. I mean, you can imagine 99% marriages have been successful. And some of the marriages were mischievously done, I know, there were some mischiefs. But still they have worked out. Still, they are happy. But some people are bent upon making their marriage a problem. Some of them extremely egoistical, or think no end of themselves and start making everybody miserable. What makes them so much full of ego, I don't know. And they just spoil their marriages. They become unhappy themselves, and they make others also unhappy. Now, my husband has never been a Sahajyogi, never. Even now, I wouldn't say he's a Sahajyogi, even now. I don't know. But I knew how to handle him and how to work it out. And I managed very well. And he also knows. Always he says, you are a very moral person. You are a very noble person. All those things he says to me. And all, see, his saying is like this, that you are, but you cannot make others. I said, I can. Why not? First he could not believe that I could transform people. And now he knows I have transformed. He said, they have become angels. And so that you are now angels. I am not very happy with the creche you have here, not at all. It's a mess. And I don't know, but it's children coming out of the school are racist. Very racial ideas they have. That's the report Yogi gave me. Not about Rome. It is. So I would say we should change the teachers. It's the best way. And the children are very aggressive when they come, very harsh. I would say put some Indian teachers there instead of some Western teachers. Maybe they are racist or maybe something wrong there. This is the report I've got about your children. Australian children create more problems. And it's very difficult, and they are racist. But there are hardly any Indian children there, see? But if there's one even, they aggress. There are, I think, only 3 children who are, I think, Indians only, or one maybe a Negro, I don't know. But all these children just jump on them when they go from here. It takes time to change their ideas. If you are racist, you cannot be in Sahajyoga, you understand that. We don't believe in race and religion and all these things which are separating human beings from one to another. That is our ideal, that we cannot have this kind of a nonsense in our society. And be careful, watch your children how they react to black people. Especially for Australian children, it is being pointed out. So I think there's something wrong with some people here. They should just try to find out if we are by any chance trying to teach them that white skin is better than the black. As I told you in the lecture, I hope you have listened to what I said about the genes. That it is now found out that two protective genes that Asians have, the white skin don't have at all. One of them is the right side, another the left side. So a white skin will take to a violence much more easily than an Asian. Asian actually means now Indians and Chinese. Culturally they are the same. Now, that means after coming to Sahaja, your genes have been transformed and you have protective genes within you. And one of them is, as I told you, the right-sided, hate people and kill people, be violent, this racialism, which is now coming back again. Because they will take to it very easily because there's no protection against it. Now, you can see in my own family, we had 11 children. Some were fair, very fair, some were dark. We never knew what is racialism is because the skin is so, it's skin deep as they say. So, see, you are now confronted, you must understand that, with these two horrible genes by which one that will take you to violence, take you to temper, will take you to this kind of racialism and hatred and fundamentalism. And the another one is indulgences. Laziness or serious things like sex and this and that and all these habits you develop of drugs. So you have to be very careful now by just announcing that Germans announced that we are a white race, you see, we are higher than. How are they higher? Just imagine, they killed little children, small little children, into a gas chamber and saw them being burnt. Can you imagine anybody who is an evolved soul or who is a higher race will do such a nasty thing like that? But this is, they have sort of self-proportioned values and virtues, which they don't have. They were so horrible that they took the fat from the dead bodies in Poland, Warsaw, and they had bath with it. Like a soap they used. So grotesque, whole thing is so horrifying. And they think they are very, very great races. Even Axmuller wrote like that. You see. He said it's the Germans who came to India and wrote Vedas. Their forefathers cannot write Vedas. So now try to understand that what we are facing basically. What I feel in the arrogance of this white skin, these people crossed over their limitations, their maryadas. The forefathers, like the way the Spanish went to America. You can't find one original person there, not one. I wanted to see in Chile, in Argentina, in Brazil, not even one. Where are they lost? They all went to the hills and some of them are preserved in Bolivia and all. And the revenge has started. From Bolivia, all these horrible drugs are coming. And the whole of America is just crushed with that. There's no wisdom. Just to think your fair skin, all right, go ahead. Where are you going? See this. What about the Americans? Where are they going? Now they are concerned a little bit. But 65% people may get schizophrenia in that country. Now, how can you be satisfied with yourself when you see all these things happening because you have just a white skin? So first thing, you must try to understand that even if there's a trace of racialism in you, better throw it away. On the contrary, I think this country has really real justice for races.
மாதாஜி, கண்கள் மூடி சில நிமிடம் தியானத்தில் இருக்கும். ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. கண்களை திறந்து ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜிக்கு நன்றியை கூறுவோம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, இன்றைய தியானம் அளித்ததற்கு நன்றி தாயே. நாங்கள் தெரிந்தோ தெரியாமலோ ஏதாவது தவறு செய்திருந்தால் தயவு செய்து எங்களை மன்னிங்கள். நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணி குண்டலினி உயர்த்தி பந்தன் போட்டுக்கொள்வோம்.